What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be doing none other than a market watch, but we're going to be looking at future because we know EX8 is coming out, and it's good to just look at what you might want to start picking up for pieces. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. Now, guys, if you guys know, I do have the TCG affiliate link, and I'm just letting you guys know you can use that if you use get any of these cards that you might need. It throws in, helps the channel out. No big deal. If you do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. So let's get into it though. Talkamon here, Digimon Liberators EX07. No bump ups, it's sincerely, but you know what? This is going to be one of those cards that probably will spike up in price if, you know, the deck actually does well. Nature Spirits has potential, especially getting the new wave of support. That means the deck can do a little bit more, and I can't wait to see what they do. I saw a 3v3, you know, they had a Nature Spirits, Deep Saves, and then Nightmare Soldiers, or I think that Nightmare Soldiers, I think it is, both being as their top, you know, best of 3 situation, because JP's always about best of 1 anyway in their 3v3. So I think this can prove that maybe it's not a fluke. We'll see, especially starting this whole week running. We'll see if Nature Spirits can actually get that footing it needs, and then you guys might want to just make sure you have it. The deck's relatively dirt cheap to pick up in every department. I mean, to be honest with you, I have my whole playset ready just to be able to play the deck if for whatever reason it's actually a really strong deck. So just keep that in mind, especially if you plan on playing it for EX08. Don't let this card kind of just creep up on you. So check back every kind of week and see where it lies, you know? Being at $2.50 is not bad right now, but it could easily climb back up to a $5 to $7 card. You never know. Europe side, 40 cents, 90 cents, €1. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff on the low end. Make sure you get your copies if you guys are planning on playing this deck as well, because I think this is something you just don't let kind of creep away, you know. Let's see. Greymon BTO 8 official tournament pack volume 13. This is another card that should be a little bit on your radar, especially if you guys plan on playing Blue Flare come February. This is a card that is in the deck. It's not one that gets taken out, and this is for the max rarity people. There is a base rarity version that isn't expensive, but you know what? People do like their alts, and especially foily arts. So taking that into account, we're at the $10 range, which is pretty solid. But you know, if you want to be playing max rarity, this is what you kind of need. Then on the Europe side, €1 to €2, not terrible. Could be a lot worse. Then we have premium card collection memory boost. Nothing on the Europe side. Then we have, why are you here then? Where's my premium collection? I literally had a premium collection somewhere. That's rude. Excuse me while we produce a premium collection. Watch, I'm gonna find it halfway through this video and I'm gonna feel like an idiot, but you know, that's no surprise here. Everyone calls me that. So, premium collection. Let's see, where we go. So we can pull it up through here, go to here, and then find it in here. Let's go, find it. There it is. Completely bought out, by the way, guys. Finally, people decided, you know what, enough's enough. I'm willing to pay $40 a pop for it. No surprise, especially with the holiday kickback. That definitely was probably what made more movement. Again, these should start flooding the market again starting January. So if you guys need that last one, I've gotten 3 binders at a fair price. I paid like 20, which is nearly double what the value of buying one is. But you know what? $20 increase, $10 increase for all this is not bad. Armageddon Alt Secret Crisis BT17. People are picking this up as well. Is there a good reason for it? I mean, yes, this card, you know, plays in Diaboro with its rush, blocker, reboot, and on play when digivolving to lead up to 15 play cost total worth of your opponent's Digimon, and then your turn, this Digimon can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. I kind of get where they're going with it. I don't know. I think it's really interesting to see when, you know, a non-competitive alt gets bought out, and it's just interesting to me. I think it has potential in the future, especially because if we get more faster unidentified, you know, traits or Diaboromon text kind of just going to your trash more often, especially if X antibody does anything, this is a card you kind of want to just have, right? Then Europe side is looking like 9 to 11 euros. Then we do have Mastimon alts, release special booster. This one's climbing up, guys. I was a little bit surprised on this. This one, I mean, yes, you play it in the Lucemon deck. It's kind of commonplace for this, and I'm not surprised that it's bumping up. Not something that I would pick up immediately. I think it's a 1 to maybe 2 of. And if you guys have it, maybe it's time to get rid of it. I think if it's been sitting in your binder for far too long that you have no intentions of using it, it's a good selling point. Europe side 6 to 8 euros to 10 euros. Then we do have Koromon Blast Ace promotional pack. This one is the foil boy. So being a $6 box topper is not bad. If you guys have this and you have no intentions on picking this up to max rarity, any of your, you know, red based thought processes, because again, this card is going to be universally good across the board for the foreseeable future, because it's just when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw a card. Very common to do, right? Then we have Europe side 4 euros to 7 euros, not many listings. Then we do have Tyrannomon Dimensional Phase BT11. People were picking this up recently. There was a small movement on it, and I think that's just because people want to be playing the new Dinomon, and this is a card that you probably should be teching in Dino. I don't think the deck's going to be that great, so if you guys wait on this card, I think you're fine. I don't see you guys really needing to rush to get this card. You know what I mean? Europe side 55 cents to 1 euro. Renamon alts digital hazard EX02 $18 to $20. This is another card that should be on your radar, especially if you guys want to do the max rarity Taomon loop. I think she's actually played in the deck just because she searches out a little bit of your pieces, and that's never bad for you to have a decent searcher, right? Europe side 18s to 20 euros. Then we do have War Graumon 2023 regional participation. If you guys want like the flexi correct text and all kind of EX03 War Graumon regional participation and max rarity in Gallantmon, you're looking at $15 to $16 a pop. Europe side 8 euros and 50 cents to 10 euros. And again, I think this card is being played at 2 to 3s in the new Gallantmon X list, so I wouldn't be surprised. DoruGray pre-release stamp cards. This is now the kind of time I think you should actually pick these up until before the scrambles come in, and then players are kind of moving back into Dexteruga. I think Dexteruga is quite fine in the format. I think it's still a very solid tier 2 deck that can do a lot of shenanigans, but the scramble definitely will help the purple base version actually be more competitive. Then Europe side 3 euros to 5 euros. Then we have Analog Man Event Pack 5 Dimensional Phase BT11. Just like to pop in occasionally and look at where this card is falling. I mean, for an event pack being $26 a pop, not bad. It looks like they are still going down. So over time, snag up the 20s that people are just trying to undercut to get rid of, and it wouldn't be too bad. Europe side 10 to 16 to 21 euros. Then you have Gutsumon X Antibody Promo 114, the winner card. So it's sitting at $2 and climbing. I mean, Minerals / Rock deck is actually doing some shenanigans. It's had a few tops. I think it's going to be like the same thing with the Mother D Reaper. When it got more support, it did stuff, but then it slowly fell out of the radar just because the meta just was well more defined that just didn't care about Mother D Reaper doing things. And being that Mother D Reaper, you know, is a big blocker, doesn't always mean that she can stop all attacks that are just way bigger than her. But, you know, we'll have to see. I think the Rock Mineral deck actually has a lot more to stand on, and it can do a lot more. So I know we're getting a foil version in the limited set, but you also have the winner card here. Europe side, 80 cents to €1. Let's take a look here. Shadow Seraphimon alternate art. On basically buyout holiday, we're close to $40 a pop. If you guys have this, it's probably just a good time to sell, right? I don't think there's many reasons to hold on to a card for $40. You know, €30 to €34. Then we do have the special limited set booster box. I would not pick this up at, you know, $60. I'm sorry. I would be picking these up at 45s, if that. I think most stores will be selling them in the 45 range. This is just a little too much. I don't think it should be worth, you know, you get a lot less. And again, JP sells these kind of boxes at this size at a lot less value. I think they sell it at like, you know, $40 a pop. And why are we spending 60? Do not waste your money on this. I don't recommend spending $60 on this. Even though you get 2 of everything you need, it's just not worth it. You know, €60 to €65. Then Greymon Secret Crisis BT17. This card fluctuates on the price range, but it's still been pretty solid to be under the $20 mark for a while. And this card is just something you want to keep on your radar, especially going into the future. Greymon is just one of those good cards that, especially if we are getting those when we get those 2 starter decks, they're going to be hyper focused on, you know, playing that version of the deck. So just keep that in mind. Europe side, 14 to €15. Then you have Lord Nightmon X release special booster, showing a little bit of a bump. Nothing too crazy. Went from that $3 to finally breaking into the 6s again. Crazy Nyx cards is going to hold that line for a bit, and it'll take a while before it probably reaches above 6 again. But I feel like Lord Nightmon X is a very strong deck, but we'll have to see if time will favor it, right? Europe side, €2 to €3. Then taking a look of Heavy Metal Dramon, Digimon Liberator ZX07. This card fluctuates between the $10 to $11 range, but it's starting to move, guys. We are getting closer and closer to reveals of BT20, which means we're going to get Heavy Metal Dramon Ace, which probably means another line to help out with the deck. Because again, the deck just needs 2 full confident lines, and then their top end being solid, and I think the deck can go crazy ham. But we'll have to see if that's actually going to come fruition, or is it going to be more like a Cinderellmon or Zephyga deck that just, it's there, you can play it, but is it actually worth it? You know, you got $12 a pop is kind of like that bubble range. And then on the Europe side, €4.50 to €5. You guys have it pretty solid there. Now let's take a look here. Kazimon Alts release special booster being bought out. We're on 5 listings and almost gone. So people are starting to just build Red Hybrid with the Emperor Greymon package. And again, the deck is actually pretty decent, actually. I don't have qualms with it, and in max raritying a deck that you like, go for it. Europe side, €9 to €10 to €12. Taking a look here, we are Dominionmon Alts Inferno Extension EX06. We have 18s to 20s. No surprise, Angel's actually been doing some little bit of shenanigans at local levels anyway. So, and in JP, they kind of been topping as well. So just keep this on your radar. Europe side, €7 to €8. Then we do have Nene Amano alts getting bought out. Someone went ham in the recent kind of over the weekend. And again, I like Nene Amano. This is definitely a good card, and I think she has a lot of potential, but I I know that you want to use this in Millenniumon and you want to use this in Dark Knightmon. I don't know long term if that's going to matter. Europe side, 12 to 15 euros. Then we got Shadramon promo 1110. This thing's at $45.60s. Is people willing to pay up to that? Somebody paid 45s and stuff like that, up to that. So if you guys have this, this is your time to sell. I would not hold on to this at all. Europe side, 20 to 24 euros to 25 euros. This alternate art here, Yao Quinlan. So this card is your mem setter for your sea animal aquas. I think this has some potential, especially in the future, but right now this is just a card to keep on your radar, especially because she is a liberator. So this means she's going to get more support with her, you know, aquatic version of deck, and it will be very interesting to see what the end result is, you know. Europe side 10 to 13, so just make sure you have your copies of this alt. Then we have Dynasmon X antibody alts getting bought out as well. We have 9 listings, and they're all pushing into the $20 range for some weird reason. Did someone just break the deck or something, or did I miss something? Someone explain to me why Dynasmon X is kind of going up, but it's at $18. I would sell. I would not hold a bad card. 7 euros to 8 euros. Mega Kabu Terrymon update pack 2024. We're up to buyout status, only one listing, $26.22, and this thing disappears. Europe side 17 to 20 euros. If people are picking this up, flip them. Then you have Hina alternate arts, Dragonic Roar EX03. A little bit of boost, but I think right now this card is make sure you get your copies situation, because again, that promo Hina is going to do something. And if it does something to make Dragonlings really good, you have a Hina and this, and they do something similar. It basically fixes the deck's biggest issue. As long as it's a memory tamer, this deck is going to do well. I think Dragonlings just basically struggle because they don't have Hina on board. And without Hina, the deck does nothing. So being able to have another Hina is going to help. Europe side 14 to 16 euros. Jazzarid foils, Digimon Liberator ZXO7, we're at $10 a pop to 20s. Again, these are the versions that have the black border. Again, Dragonlings are going to get bought out because people are hyped. And with Hina coming in with a promo to make the deck playable, we'll have to see. You know, 2 euros to 5 euros. Then you have Yuki alternate arts, Digimon Liberators. This is another card you kind of keep on your radar, especially with heavy metal, getting support. $15 to 16. Just don't let this kind of just slip away if you want to max rare your heavy metal. Europe side 10 to 12 euros. Then you have Guillemon Digimon Digital Hazard EX02 going up as well. This card has been seen to be the you know, Guillemon of choice, because again, you're getting 2 pieces you're trying to dig for, you know, a Growlmon, or Gallantmon, and then you get a Takato. So this card is searching out your core pieces when it's hard played, and then it kind of gets to delete something, so it combos in with the new exit antibody support. So I think it has some possibilities, and I think this Guillemon is going to be the choice, so I wouldn't be surprised if this moves up more and more. So make sure you get your copies and don't get left in the dark. Europe side 5 cents, 20 cents. Gogamamon Great Legends BTO4. This card has been seeing some buys. And again, we already moved to 45 cents, 50 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up more. Europe side 2 cents, 3 cents, 10 cents. Gogamamon Event Pack 2, $18 and climbing, going up to 25 on buyout, guys. There's not many listings. Europe side 1 euro to 2 euros. Guillemon EX02 version 2, we're at $15 to 20, 15 euros to 20 euros. And then $38 to $40 for this card. No surprise for max rarity Gallantmon. It always seems like this card gets bought out first, and it always proves to show that tail. So guys, hopefully this market watch is more up to what I normally cover. I know I've been kind of slacking and I feel like there was a change in it, but I wanted to cover more and more of cards that you might want to get your hands on instead of just focusing on what's been being bought out. There's a lot of cards in this video that you might want to snag before it gets a little bit too crazy, but up to you. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.